Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Insufferable Bastards podcast. Hello, Shuli.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
The only time anybody watches this podcast is when we talk about Stuttering John.
Hi, this is Stuttering John Melendez from the Howard Stern Show.
It's all Long Island to me.
The second she saw the face, she said, "Oh, yeah, that was him."
Oh, you're the guy that played fake clips of me. Yes, I remember now.
It's a stupid name, but maybe it's worth listening to. How the fuck do I know? I got my own problems. I got hemorrhoids and shit. When I wipe my ass, it looks like a chocolate-covered cherry. All right, good.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Insufferable Bastards podcast. My name is Carlos Danger for the purposes of this broadcast, and I'm joined by my co-host and good friend, Mr. Brian Spears. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
So, yeah, it's a Sunday afternoon. It's about 2:21 in the PM on the East Coast, and we're supposed to have Ray DeVito call in a few minutes. Ray is in transit. He's on the road on his way to New York City for his monthly gigs there. I guess he has a residency maybe at the Stand, the New York City Comedy Club. I don't know if it's actually a residency, but I'm going to call it that. What the hell, Brian? You know what I'm saying? You know,
he's living big. Let's give him a little bit of a step up.
So of course, there's been a lot of drama with Ray. So much so, I'm not even keeping up with it. It's too much for me. You know, I watch a lot of these shows, and I'm in a lot of the chats, and I'm always commenting as a Yenta, a gossip queen. But I guess last I heard, so Ray was supposed to do this podcast on Friday. Brian, he had agreed to do it 2:00. He knew the exact time. He knew everything about it. And then he canceled at the last second, said he couldn't do it, which was fine. Then he went live opposite us.
Yeah. He couldn't come on our show because he was having a live show himself that he announced. What was it?
We barely have 1,000 subscribers. You know, our little and he goes live against us to make a big announcement. And his big announcement was, if you've been following the drama, he was what was it? He was demanding that the Raytard, quote unquote, Raytard shirt be taken off the Shuli shop, the Shuli Network merch shop.
And if it wasn't done by noon, he was removing.
Yes, by noon Saturday, right?
Yes. He was removing everything from the Shuli Network, but like still doing the show. But he just wants everything removed, and he wasn't going to listen to the shows that it sounds like he doesn't listen to anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't watch MLC last night. I was just watching some of it. It got released to Patreon this morning. I don't know if Ray joined. So basically what I want to do is
from what I saw, he didn't, but I didn't make it till the end.
So I want to check in on the state of Ray, assuming he calls in about 7 minutes. With Ray, though, you know, he could go the other way and just not call in. So I know we got a bunch of comments. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. I see a Chris Mack. I got JT saying, I'm watching the Joke Man documentary. I hope you like it. I hope I didn't hype it up. Yeah, I thought it was enjoyable. I mean,
actually, I watched it a second time, and I think my second time it was actually more enjoyable. And it's, you know, listen, I mean, I'm on some Howard Facebook message boards or whatever they call them, you know, just Facebook pages.
You're on
and
Facebook.
It's nice to see it's nice to see it it's not getting bashed. There's a lot of people saying, hey, you should check this out.
That's surprising, actually. It's very surprising. It doesn't break new ground, but
trust me, there is
JT likes it.
There is plenty of bashing on there, but it was nice to see a mix of, hey, check this out. It's good.
Less Than Jake says, but does he say anything? Yeah, that's the question. We got to try to sort this all out. That's why I think it's good to have Ray on in a back and forth where maybe we can catch up, get his feelings on this. The chat can ask some questions. I mean, all the merch is still up. And in fact,
there's been added from what I've.
Yeah. Patrick Melton, Nobody Likes Onions, did a stream the other night. Double down, added. Added shirts that, like, if there's any question whether it should be offensive, now he straightened that out. So we've got that going on. Luke Rush, if you're here early, Mile, thank you. Thank you for that, Luke. Hey, now there's Leo Gunn. Leo Gunn has met Ray. Actually, Leo Gunn is probably one of the few men or women on earth who has seen Ray's toe, the injured toe.
The infamous toe, yeah.
Is this like Seth Speaks? I don't know that reference. I apologize. Dr. Chow, is this real? Is anything real? I watched, and Brian, actually, you and I were watching it last night. Brian and I had the rare night alone together. So Ray called me. I don't really remember it, but we were watching the Dr. Chow Airy show.
Yes.
Something
Which
good.
I highly recommend.
Always good. Yeah, we just can't tell if Dr. Chow is doing like an Andy Kaufman thing or what is Dr. Chow? Who is Dr. Chow? Carlos, just go live. I am. I thought it was at 2:20. It is. It's 2:25 right now. Oh my God, it is 2. Oh, there you go. Bobcat catching himself. Thank you very much for that. Where's Ray DeVito? Yeah, he's supposed to call in at 2:00. I had originally asked him. I mean, some of this is revenge because I feel like not revenge, but Ray owes me, right? I invite him on my podcast. He declines and then goes live against me for no reason. So then I was like, you know what? I need some of that. I need some of that Ray whatever. Ray juice. That's not what it is.
I watch you on so many podcasts and you're the Ray whisperer, but Ray won't even do the show. It was like kind of upsetting.
Went live against us, no less. We had El Harible in there. We had like a lot of WATP fans. I had just asked Ray to come on. We weren't even going to talk any of this because I think one of the things that Ray can benefit from just coming on this podcast is we were just going to talk about KB versus Carl. That was our whole thing.
And also Ray we
were going to treat Ray with respect, treat him like a human, and he went live against us.
And he could have just waited.
Had confused the situation and was just
he could have went 20 minutes later, he could have just been on our show, and 20 minutes later could have hyped it enough, worked it up, and then went and did a show live.
So that's why I don't feel bad about begging Ray to come on. And I did speak to him at like 1:30 and said, all right, call me at 2:30. Carlos Danger and the creepy guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Brian is a special effects makeup artist. I guess I don't know if we always want to say this, but your background's weird because you make dead
everything.
things. You make a living making corpses. And I ran across that Glass-Eyed Pix documentary they made with you a couple of years back. And it was talking about that time you had to go find a dead deer. I remember that. You were on the hunt for a dead deer for like 6 months. Love the hat. Skull. Yeah, I got this for DabbleCon back in the day. Is this gonna be a Shuli? I don't know. Should I send Shuli the link? This is where he gets his mail. Team Ray, it's past 12. Draytards are still here. Yeah, we're all waiting. Oh, there's Obnoxious John, everybody. Welcome to the program. The world's most beloved chatter. Obnoxious John. How are you, OJ?
I was just streaming with Jake Husden, and I saw the link, and here I am.
Welcome. Yeah, so Ray's supposed to call us at 2:30. We want to ask him what's his status on the Shuli Network. And I guess that being said, I went through a bunch of comments there. Let me just play a quick clip until Ray calls us, and hopefully he does. This is Kevin Brennan and et al. Talking about Ray last night.
But I can't even get mad at Bob anymore because this is what Bob is. You can't. Bob's 60. You think it's going to change now?
Yeah, I mean,
Bob, you have a Joey. You have a Joey C. You have Joey C. merch.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good picture of him. It's actually
on a shirt.
Oh my God, yeah! It says, "I know where Kevin Brennan lives." It's a great shirt.
Oh Jesus! Does it have my number on the back? My email.
That'd be the ultimate.
I might not have done this at the right spot.
KB,
sorry.
Give Pat Dixon a show. He's actually funny. I got to start my own network once the summer's over because first of all, I got to bring Ray over. I got to bring Pat Dixon over. And then maybe him, and then they can both have solo shows, and then the three of them, Ray, Pat, and Mary Jane, do a show, a late night show, a sexy late night show, like Playboy at Night. Remember Playboy at Night?
After Hours with
After Hours, right? Playboy After Hours.
Hey, Ray in a smoking jacket, and
yeah.
Cigarette
but I
holder.
can't smoke in the house. I can't smoke in the house because I got a roommate, and a roommate will yell, and I can't.
I don't want to talk about that. He doesn't want.
No, Ray is. You ever see Ray?
I don't want to talk about it with Ray DeVito.
You ever see Ray late at night? He starts whispering, and he's like, yeah. He doesn't say why he can't, but his roommates.
Listen, I tell Melton to take those fucking shirts off, and if he doesn't fucking take them off,
that's what he does. And his roommate's about to barge in the fucking room.
So that was it was like 37 minutes into the stream, and then there was one more. Sorry, you're going to get my phone beeps in there. That was my phone. Shuli Network just posted something on Patreon for anybody interested. This was at the beginning, sort of 23 minutes in. Uh-oh. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Please stop sharing this. I believe this is Ray DeVito.
That was an appropriate ringtone.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on? Is this Carlos the Bastard?
This is Carlos the Bastard. Thank you so much for appearing, Ray. We are live, being watched by thousands through StreamYard and YouTube and the magic of pornography. Thank you so much.
Heck yeah.
So I want to ask you first, I want to make it about me, right? All these people want to know your status of the Shuli Network and what's going on with the shirts. But no, let's make it about Carlos Danger. You were supposed to do my podcast the other day at Friday, 2 p.m., You had the number. You had the link. Not only did you cancel, you went live against me. What was that, Ray? Why did you stab me in the back like that?
I was trying to, man. That's what I was trying to do, man. I had to do it. No, I was just mad. I was venting about everything. I only went live for like 10 minutes, but I didn't really have time to do a podcast Friday at all anyway.
So you just felt the need to get that information out there.
Yeah. Wasn't intentional, buddy. Wasn't intentional.
So hopefully everybody in the chat can hear Ray. I know he is calling through his cell phone. Not the best connection, but we're making it work. I hope you can hear him. If not, I apologize. Deadful, thank you so much for the super sticker, $49.99. Thank you and God bless. All right, so Ray, what is the status of Ray DeVito, the Ray DeVito Rock Bottom podcast, and the Shuli Network?
Where I'm at right now, I don't know. For someone that says that they're easy to get, I've called Shuli like 5 times in the past 3 days or so. He's never once returned one of my text messages or phone calls. So I don't know. I get like him and Patrick, like they're not comedians. So this is what they do. This is their drama. This is right in their wheelhouse. They can't be funny on their own. So they need drama. So that's what they do. As far as me, the benefit I get from being on the Shuli Network is I have a producer. That's something I don't have on my own. I don't have a producer on my own. So I add content for them. I bring eyeballs and money to their network, and they supply me a producer, whether it's Austin, Andy, or producer Joe. So that's a benefit for me. So I still plan on doing the 1 o'clock Rock Bottom podcast because I have a producer. All my merchandise, if you're a fan of mine, drunkoncringe.com is where you're going to find it all. I'm not associated. No one has my permission.
Wait, let me jump in. Let me jump in because I just asked you your status of yourself and the Shuli Network. So it sounds to me you've just said that you don't feel Shuli's a comedian. I think you're insinuating you don't think Melton's a comedian, that they're more drama based, like they're drama queens.
That's all right. Yeah, that's all they are, and that's what they need. They need this.
But you're still with the Shuli Network. You have not quit, nor have you been fired. No. It's one of those things. We've all worked with bosses that you don't like. And here's the deal. I never disliked Shuli, but now, he's given me a reason to not like him. He's given me every reason to not like him. Like, we've all had jobs where you work with people you don't like. I never disliked him. But now, I mean, he put me in a position where, right now, I do not like him. I do not like him. We have, and I don't mean to interrupt again, but we do have a super chat for $5. Thank you very much from Captain Caution. He says, I Googled, quote, big boobs, unquote, and you guys showed up. Thank you very much, Captain Caution. All right, so
really
you're still with
interrupting Ray. That's $5 super chat. Ray is on a roll.
Well, do you have a follow-up then, OJ? What's your follow-up, Barbara?
I mean, so
Barbara Walters. So now you don't like
OJ.
Shuli. You're saying officially you don't like Shuli.
He's given me every reason to not like him.
How did the shirt thing come about? Like, I know they've been talking for months, maybe not months, weeks. We've heard Shuli talking about merch was coming. We've heard Melton say, I'm doing the merch for the Shuli Network. You sent over high-resolution files, image files, I assume, to Patrick Melton to have your merch printed up. where did the Raytard shirt, the controversial Raytard shirt, come from, and when did you learn about it?
I learned about it when it was up on the site, and then they all signed off. I didn't, and also a lot of people reached out to me. They're not allowed to sell my likeness or Fred Harper's artwork with any of our consent. So
without any of your consent, you mean?
Yeah. They do not have my consent to do that. So,
but you sent the Fred Harper. The Fred Harper is the artist, kind of a known dude who did comic book work, and he made your hot sauce image, "Pain in the Brain," for a Silk City hot sauce. That image is on a T-shirt available, I guess, through Patrick Melton's company.
No, if you're gonna buy it, hold off and just wait for Drunk on Cringe. Do not. If you're a fan of mine, now if you want to buy stuff to spite me, I can't control that.
But legally, are you? Is your case weakened by the fact that you willingly sent them Fred Harper's artwork to use for profit?
I sent T-shirt ideas. I asked. I said, "Here's the deal. If you put out any inappropriate shirts with my name and likeness on it, then I want no merchandise."
See, Ray, the only problem with that is I think that they'll still be able to have, for example, a Ray Cis shirt because it's not technically you, right? So, how do you feel about that? If they were
to consult an attorney, do you have any copyright attorneys in your corner?
No, I don't have an attorney. I have none of that. It's not. Hey, man, if people are going to buy stuff to spite me, I mean, I can't help that. But yeah, I just do not. I do not condone it, and it's a shame when you work somewhere. You want an employer that has your back, and when they don't, they just leave you hanging out to dry. When they can't be creative on their own, and they just need you for their content, then yeah, it is what it is. And by the way, Obnoxious John, I don't like him on this podcast because he didn't go to any of my shows at the Funny Stop.
Dude, you're not, but I'm in Cleveland.
What the fuck, OJ?
I am in Cleveland. That's 45 minutes away, Ray. It's not like
you went to DabbleCon in a frozen tundra with a guy who pissed on you. And you can't make a 45-minute trip for Ray? How outrageous. What else is there to do in the greater Cleveland area than see Ray DeVito?
Also, by the way, Chad Zumock, I guess, tweeted out that he heard the shows were horrible, that the weekend was a disaster. First of all, the first show was almost sold out on Friday. Second show last night on Saturday, even more people. It was also almost sold out. And then the second show was like 50-ish people, both Friday and Saturday, but it was the most people they've had there all summer. It was their best weekend all summer. So,
and I heard you credited WATP, your appearance on WATP. There were a lot of WATP fans in the crowd, you said.
Yeah, there was a lot. Yeah, there was probably like 15, 20, like probably like 15 listeners, but they brought friends from WATP. They were mostly there on Friday night, and then Saturday night we had a lot of Rock Bottom. A lot of Rock Bottom fans come out, and then people that are just fans of my comedy from the Cleveland area. So I did pretty well.
So you're saying the Shuli Network did nothing? None of these fans were Shuli Network fans? You're insinuating?
None of them. Wow. None of them even mentioned Shuli. None of them. No.
I have a question for Ray. I would like to ask a question to Ray. Do you think it's if this is how you feel right now, you're upset the way you're being treated? Why do the show Thursday? Why not have that be your one holdout? Just say, I'm going to do it on your airwaves at 1 o'clock.
I don't have a producer. I don't have a producer. And it's
but Ray, you also do a nighttime show without a producer.
Yeah, you do a daily show without a producer.
I just think if you're gonna kind of make these claims, and I'm in your corner on this one. I think the only way to really resolve this is, don't do their show this week. You mean business. This is a big deal to you.
All right. Well, then I need producer Joe to come on my.
Well, I think you don't want to. I don't think you want a producer affiliated with Shuli to help you.
I don't think that's going to happen.
But Ray, do you really need a producer for the type of show that you do? I mean, like these guys were just saying, you do your own show on your own. What is the big benefit of having a quote unquote producer? Just to say you have a producer? I mean, what
No,
do they?
because,
What are these guys really doing for you at the end of the day?
Because I want a more professional sounding podcast. That's the podcast I put up every week on iTunes. Is that so? I want a professional sounding for my one free weekly show that goes on iTunes. That's on Libsyn. That's on Spotify. I want a professionally done show for that.
But what are they bringing? I'm just asking. I'm not being a jerk about this question. I'm being serious. What do they bring that is professional? But what are they bringing that is professional? I don't understand that.
Yeah, they don't have any impact on the sound quality of your show. It's done through StreamYard. It's the exact audio setup you have when you go live every night. And are you going to change the name of your show to Going Live with Ray DeVito for me? Please, that'd be awesome.
There's no.
Wait, I got a super chat. Deadfool 4.99. This is sage advice. Don't swim against the current, Ray. You'll just end up exhausted and drowned. There is some, because my question to you, Ray, is, all right, you've said many times you don't like the term retard, and I get it. And you think that term connected to you will cost you work because you're in this world where you do the stand once a month and you're in New York City, probably with a lot of progressive comedians. I imagine a lot of Brooklyn hipsters, a lot of people into astrology and vegan stuff. So that word might be really, really bad to them. But then you're on MLC. That's a toxic podcast. The whole thing. You're part of the old cringe comedy world too. You want your feet in both. I don't understand why that term offended you so much. Why you chose to make this your battle when the term came from a guest on your show describing your fans. It was funny. The whole thing was endearing and humorous. And at the end of the day, what's the big deal? Now you've drawn all this attention to it. Now it's selling out. Like how much? I guess my question is, because I'm just lecturing and I apologize for that.
I don't want it to be, all right. I just don't want it to be that I'm the one promoting it. I don't want it to look like I'm the one promoting it. Like I'm not advocating for it. I'm not leaning into it. Be like, yeah, they are racist. Yeah, they are racist. They are. I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be that.
But it's just your name mixed with. It's not literal though. Like anybody who wears
I can't be connected with it.
You just don't want to be connected in any way. But then you are, like, your fans have adopted it. That's what they call themselves.
Well, if fans want to support me, Venmo me at Ray-DeVito and do that. There's ways to support me. Join my Patreon, patreon.com/Ray DeVito. Support me that way.
Well, I also think, Ray, I also think your fans would support you if you said, I'm leaving the Shuli Network and I don't have a producer at the moment, so bear with me if the next couple shows aren't great, and give that a shot. I just think right now you're not.
It's weird to weigh it all on the producer thing.
Yeah, like and again, I commend, if you're making a stand, I get this stand and I totally understand it. I work in the entertainment field, so I understand what you're going through. You don't want this to affect your bottom line in the future. So I get that. I get that big time. I just think if you say, take my merchandise down, they don't, but you still do a show with them. Like they're obviously not listening to you or feel that you're not being respected. And I think it comes down to respect more than anything else. Well, I agree with you on that.
In any regard, I ever been and I get it. This is where that's the whole humor that they do. It's all like they're like a bully in a middle school cafeteria. They make fun of the kid that has crutches.
But then, Ray, maybe you need to have respect for yourself. That's what I'm saying. I think you got to step it up and make the next step. Like you're almost waiting for them to fire you when you should just say, hey, I'm going out on my own. And if it doesn't, if it's a little rocky at the start, I think your fans will stick with you. And if they weren't your fans, they're trolls. And guess what? Trolls are going to stick with you even more.
Now, Ray, I got to ask this. Could this be resolved with a phone call? I know you mentioned that Shuli, you've been trying to reach out to Shuli. He hasn't gotten back to you. If he calls you.
He's never answered one of my phone calls, never even answered one of my text messages, never returned any calls.
But I'm sure they'll talk about it Monday morning.
Don't talk
I
over
know
them.
they will. Yeah, this will be in the thumbnail. Yeah, it'll be in the thumbnail. So, yeah.
We got a $5 super chat. Now I'm talking over you. We got a $5 super chat from Rails or Rels, or I don't know how to say that. Who the hell would buy a Ray DeVito shirt? It's a joke. I thought you were a comedian. It is true that the shirts are meant to be humorous, right? Salvatore M for $5 says, I once said that I wanted Ray and Carlos Danger to share a gallon of bleach as a beverage. Wow. I no longer want Carlos Danger to drink bleach. All right, so at least something positive is coming out of this. Amy Elizabeth for $1.99. Melton said he'll challenge you comedically. I guess, Ray, to back it up a little bit, how much thought did you give before you reached out to Shuli? Like you saw the shirts are online, you're offended, you're pissed, you feel disrespected because they put retards in a shirt against your wishes, or didn't tell you, didn't give you a heads up. Was it immediate, or did you take a day to think about it, prepare what you wanted to say? Did you seek counsel from anybody else about how to approach this issue, or did you just go at Shuli immediately? Oh, wait, hold on 1 second, Ray. Ray, you still there?
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again. Did you hear my question? My phone went back to the wrong thing. Did you hear my question?
Yeah, you asked how long did I wait before I reached out
exactly.
to Shuli or anything?
Yeah.
And what did I say? All I said is call me. I called, he didn't answer. I sent a text saying call me, and he never did. Of course, they want to save it for the league. Yeah, he's got no content. He's not funny, and this is to them their entertainment.
And what's this thing with Bob Levy? Something about a gig coming up right before the Atlantic City show, or the get together, or the meetup, or whatever the hell is happening at Atlantic City with Kevin Brennan. There, you guys were supposed to do comedy together. What happened there?
So it started out, we were initially going to do a show in Philadelphia. I was going to do a show with Adam Nutter in Philadelphia the Friday before. And then Bob wanted in. He's like, hey, I want to do it too. That'd be great. And this was all on MLC. This was on MLC. So I was like, all right, man, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. So he was in on that. And then I was waiting to hear back on the venue. And Adam never confirmed the venue or whatever. And it's like, all right, well, we're still going to do a show. So I reached out to Tips. And Bob's got a better relationship with them than I do. He knows them better than I do. But I know them now, too. I can headline there and stuff. So I was like, all right, well, Bob, I'm not hearing back from this guy. I'm going to do Tips. And Bob said, yeah, that sounds great. And then Bob's like, I'll call him tomorrow. So I was like, all right. So then I was like, all right. So the ball's out of my hand. Bob's got a better relationship with them. I'll let Bob do it. And then Bob was like, no, I decided not to. So I'm not going to say cancel the show, but he definitely said, all right, if you didn't want to do it, then, and now he's promoting going to AC a day early. And it's like, all right, dude, now you're like, you just canceled my money gig.
Wait,
you're taking money out of my pocket.
Can't you still get the gig without Bob? I'm confused.
Yeah, I could still do it, but I wanted to like try to make it like a MLC, like kind of connect the whole.
Gotcha.
The whole environment.
Now, Ray, I want to get back to what Carlos asked you. You kind of missed that part of the question. Did you talk with someone about Shuli, and did they kind of get into your ear a little bit? Because your tone has completely changed from, you used to be very defensive and have their back. You're a team player. And now to hear you saying that you don't like Shuli and, so did you have someone that you spoke to about this situation?
No, it's Shuli not talking to me. Like, it's the one that put me in this position. How would you feel in my position? Would you like him if roles were reversed? How would you feel if you were me?
Well, yeah. I mean, but you've been kind of dealing with the Shuli. You've been dealing with the Shuli Network for a long time now. I mean, I don't think they've treated you any differently this entire time. So it's kind of, I guess this is what made you reach your boiling point. But yeah, I mean, I think we've all seen the treatment of you for this whole time. So yeah, it's kind of surprising to me that you finally, this is what it took him just not answer. I guess the t-shirts. The t-shirts is just what made you come to this point.
Yeah, you want to say stuff about me online, that's one thing. But now you're going to put out merchandise, my face on it, and say inappropriate stuff. It's like, all right, dude.
But then again, you're in an inappropriate world. That's where you always lose
here's
me.
the thing. Ray asked not to have it done. You have to respect him. I mean, either whether you like it or not.
But where does it stop, though? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
but
why would anybody
he's
think
supposed to be a member of their team? If he says, I don't want this, I get it. Like, they shouldn't,
Yeah, but they also,
should
this is the
respect him
same
for
team
that.
that didn't give him a place to stay in Pottstown, whether he was right or wrong about that. They left the guy stranded. So that was the team that he's on. So you think they're going to care about his opinion about t-shirts?
We all know Ray's upset over this. So, like, they're not exactly helping the situation. Like, they're going to wait till Monday. And
it's a great new chapter in the whole
it's great
Desperate
content.
Housewives of the Internet.
Content. But this, I like Angry Ray, and I hope he defends himself. I think he should honestly take a stand and just say, then I'm done.
And either way, all the shirts are staying up, and Melton has added more since Ray first said take them down.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse.
Takedown request.
He should.
Is there any way, Ray? Like, is there any solution to this? If they're not willing to take down the shirts, and you're demanding they be taken down, and yet you are sort of insinuating that even though Shuli's not funny in your words, you're still saying you're going to do your show because they have a producer. So what's the compromise here then? What if they leave up the retard shirt and just take DeVito off the back? Is that a possible workaround to this?
I don't know. No one's ever called me and tried to work anything out. So I don't know. I'm the one that reached out, tried to work stuff out, and no one's returned any of my phone calls. No one's done anything. So I don't know. It's not like I didn't try to reach out. It's people not interacting with me.
What about Bob Levy? Have you talked to Bob Levy this weekend?
Bob plays like always confused, always going, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. So like I don't know where he has my back. I like Bob. He's my friend, but he's not the guy to go to in these situations.
No, Bob does his job. He shows up and that's it. That's it. He's made that very clear. He doesn't want to know about any of this shit. So don't.
Bob did read Ray's text last night.
Yeah,
said
so it has nothing to do with
Bob is a good friend to have, but when it comes to business, no, that's not the guy you go to.
Right. It doesn't have his face on it there, Rels, but it has his name on the back.
But Ray, this is just so weird to me. Like it sounds like you really just want to quit, but you're not. Like, oh no, I'm not doing the show, but I'll still do the show with producer Joe because I need this producer. But I don't like them. I don't like my boss. I don't know.
Think how happy you'd make KB if you started a badmouth Shuli.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Where does KB land in this debate? What is he advising you, if anything?
Who? Kevin Brennan?
Kevin Brennan.
Yeah.
Ray, he did talk about it last night. He did talk about it last night.
I didn't watch it. Guess what? I'm too busy working doing comedy.
Well, he defends you
because I got fucking comedy shows. Unlike these other fuckers that consider themselves comedy adjacent.
Wow, last night he said he was going to take.
Who specifically are you talking about? Just to be clear, you mean Kevin Brennan?
Yeah, Kevin retired from comedy. He retired.
Okay.
Kevin Brennan
very funny, but he retired. He's a great
Kevin
comedian,
Brennan,
but he fucking retired.
Kevin Brennan did say on his show last night that he was going to put Pat Dixon and Ray DeVito. He's going to start his own network, and he's going to put those two on it.
He said that before, though. It never seems to happen.
But like maybe this is the time, Ray. Run it. Run with it, Ray. You got the endorsement.
We got a question from Amy Elizabeth for $1.99, Ray. Ray, will you put your dignity over production?
Yes.
Guess that's someone saying you should quit at this point if you feel wronged. Let me see what else we have here. My Lost Interest says for $1.99, biting the hand of the Shuli Network won't end well for Ray. Amy Elizabeth for $1.99. Ray, that's we already read that one. Was that right?
They won't make fun of
that one. Yeah, they're going to continue making fun of him.
It doesn't change the situation.
It doesn't change
in any way.
anything for
I mean,
Shuli.
hindsight
Shuli-
being 2020, I think Ray should have handled this a different way, but he's doing what he's doing. He's being, he's Ray. W Man, $5. Could you please read this to Ray? Ray, you're a good guy in a very sketchy world.
That's a great point.
True. I think Ray, you're probably the least political guy I've ever met. I don't mean like a Trump type political, but in terms of your thinking, you don't really think the angles. You are earnest and honest. So
yeah, whatever. I mean, they're gonna, yeah. If I'm on the network or I'm not on the network, obviously they're gonna like make fun. And here's the thing too. It's not like their jokes are funny. It's just, I don't like making fun of people with mental disabilities. I don't think snot coming out of people's noses is funny. I don't know why that's a 20-minute segment that they think is hilarious. People
I love this Ray.
Yeah,
I gotta say, do your show there Thursday.
I want to see this Ray continue, man. I
want to see this Ray do his own show and go after the Shuli Network.
Like the Take No Shit Ray is awesome.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. Will you go on the BS show tomorrow if invited?
No. I'm definitely not going on the BS show. I'm done with all that. Yeah, I'm doing my show. I'll set up and do my show, and that's what I'll do.
Hypothetically,
Again,
now, hypothetically, Ray, if
Mike,
Shuli called you today and tried to work this out, do you think you could work it out with him?
He's never called me.
If he did, hypothetically, he does though.
If he calls you, OJ asked, what are you going to do?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on if he calls me and what we talk about. So, but right now, all I know.
Ideally, how do you want to see that conversation go?
Yeah, what are your demands? Give us some.
Carlos. I don't know, Carlos. I would like those shirts off the website.
All of them.
I'd like to start with that.
Shirts got to come down. That's the sticking point.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
We got Dr. Chow for $1.99. Time to go your own way, Ray. You are a king. Up only? Uncle Jack for $4.99. Ray, you can't be part of a team when you don't know anything about the team. I bet you can't name the other shows on the network. You want to try that? Can you name one other show on the Shuli Network other than the BS show and Uncle Rico? And yours?
Zen House show.
Do you know the title?
Men Are Talking.
Men Are Talking, because you were just watching. All right, there you go. All right, Ray. So you're in transit right now. You're on your way to New York City. Oh, wait, here we go. Yep. Chad's cousin is asking for $2. What's Shuli's cut off your podcast? Yeah, per episode, who do you make more from, Shuli or Kevin Brennan?
Kevin Brennan.
Interesting. Okay. Do you care to answer? I mean, somebody asked, what is Shuli's cut off your podcast?
He takes half the super chats. He gets half the money of the super chats.
Half the super chats. Got it. All right. Those are all my questions for Ray. I'm sorry you're going through all this, Ray. I mean, it sucks. But then at the end of the day, I really don't think you making a big deal out of any of this helped the situation. This is sort of self-created narrative.
But this is the camel that broke the back.
Regardless how this ends, I'm gonna be fine. It's not. It's just. I just asked those not to be up, and they put them up. So all right.
Where are you performing now? Where are you performing? Are you doing it tonight, tomorrow? What's going on this week for you?
I was supposed to do a show in Brooklyn, but I'm not going to make it there in time. Traffic's pretty shitty. So the Stand Tuesday night. You got me, Mark Norman, Isabel Hagen, Joe List, Ian Finance. 7 o'clock at the Stand. That's my show. That show's going to sell out. That show always sells out, which is a good thing. And then I'm sure I'll be at the Stand like one other time that week. And then where else I'd be? Probably doing a Brooklyn Comedy Club and probably Stand Up New York.
And Ray, I'll have Carlos give you my number and let me know when you're in Cleveland. I'll hook you up with a couple nugs. Like actual Cleveland,
yeah.
not Cuyahoga Falls. Like I'm real close to downtown Cleveland. So if you're ever in this area, just let me know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do because I mean, I tried to hilarity headlining some dates there, and they don't seem. I don't know. It doesn't really get anywhere. So I think I'm gonna either do a show at the Grog Shop,
Okay.
or I think I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start doing some like small music venues, just because I can get. I can't sell out a weekend at it, and it makes sense. I can't sell out a Funny Bone on the weekend.
Ray, what if the chatter wants to know? What if someone shows up at a show selling a Raytard shirt outside?
Yeah, I'll deal with that when it happens, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna go live tonight at 11 o'clock. So anyone's around tonight, I'll get more into it at 11 o'clock tonight.
There you go. So if people want to hear more from Ray, and you'll see his voice, I do appreciate you calling in, Ray. Now I forgive you for
fight, Ray. Fight the man. Shuli's
for
the
blowing
man.
me off and going against me. It's a tiny podcast, but hey, we can get Ray's voice. That's the best we can do here, ladies and gentlemen. We can get Ray's voice on my cell phone. All right, Ray. Drive safe. We'll see you at 11 o'clock tonight. Rock Bottom Podcast.
Hang on, before you go though. Here's the good thing about me making us think about this. Like a lot of people have reached out to me. One of them being Drunk on Cringe. He's gonna do my merchandise shop. So like me being vocal about this has led to good things. Now we got a place that's going to do my merchandise. Like he gladly wants to do it. So me being vocal about what I'm disappointed in has been beneficial. It's not like me being vocal about this has led to nothing. So there are some positives about me expressing how I feel. So positive things have happened because of it. So me just sitting there silent, they're like, well, you saying it? You make it, well, me saying something has got my own line of merchandise. So it is good to be vocal when you're getting fucked over by someone that's supposed to have your back.
All right, Ray. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. All right.
Peace.
Thanks, man.
Safe trip, buddy. Well, as they say, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So it's cool to see Ray taking a stand for himself finally.
The whole thing's insane to me. I know what he's saying there at the end. And that's why you got to love Ray, his way of thinking that, good things are coming out of it. I don't know. It's easy for me to say, I guess 2020, but I just wouldn't have said anything about the Raytard stuff. Or I would have taken 24 hours to think about it. I think Ray's thing is he reacts and he feeds right into the next chapter of the Ray drama for Shuli and the Shuli Network. We're benefiting from it right now. Look, we're doing a live stream with 200 people, probably our most viewers ever. So
I think
we're all just mooching off Ray.
I think the Bob comedy gig, I think the t-shirt, I think it's all it's.
You think it's a
all,
work?
No, I don't think it's a work. I think it's all kind of bothered him. I think it's kind of, he hit his boiling point.
Well, it's almost amusing that the worst thing you can do to Ray is not return his calls. Actually, I've experieed that a little bit.
I saw it last night. I saw it last night. He texted you like, "Are you going to answer the phone?" Or
I was in a blackout. But anyway, all right. What are people saying here right now? I know I appreciate Ray calling in. I thought I saw something good from Citizen M at some point, but
let's see.
Oh, here it is. I found it at 3:01 p.m. Citizen M. You can sell a shirt that says Raytard. It's not illegal, but do you really want to go down the road of listing bad things that are not outright illegal? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think who would have. I mean, I saw that term in the store, right? And I was watching that Rock Bottom. It was a really boring Rock Bottom episode with what's his name, Danny Polishek or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. I guess he's a bigger comedian. He's from a huge podcast. I don't know anything about him because of my own ignorance. I apologize. But at the end, it was like the guy was sleeping the whole podcast. And then he just came up, well, what do your fans call themselves? Raytards? And it was perfect. Everything about it was perfect. Would I buy a Raytard shirt? No. I'm not going to be wearing that around, So I just don't get why Ray, he's very impulsive. We got Cousin Ed, a $2 super sticker. Thank you very much. Stealth Chaos, send Ray's Dignity the link. Ouch. We just got people saying hi to each other. We love Attack Ray, says Chow. And women don't want this guy, says David Futterman. Nobody wants your merch, you Raytard. Well, I don't know. I would definitely. I bought some of his merch. 5150. Chris, my guy, you know what he said. All right, these are people. A lot of cross chat going. I see Ray is the worst. MGD, you'd think at the age of 50 and stagnant career, he'd be willing to take a few radical chances. Well, I do think he's like straddling. You see it. Okay, every week on the Shuli Network show or Shuli Network, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. The types of comedians he has on, right? Like the guy that got chased off was sort of a, you know, it's not a comedian from this gutter world, right? It's not from the MLC Dabbleverse comedian. He's bringing on people that don't know the audience. They don't know what why are people paying to insult me? Why are they saying these horrible things?
Right.
And, you know, so Ray is trying to appease those people because those are legit comics and he wants to still, you know, have that traditional stand-up comedy path, if that even exists anymore, right? But at the same time, the people that are into him, whether you're hate watching or you like Ray, it's a completely different brand of comedy. So he's in two completely different worlds.
It is.
You can't do that. And look, that's why this is happening. God damn it. So I think he was done. What do you guys think Shuli's going to do? What is Shuli's next move now?
He's going to have the whole week is going to be about Ray.
I think
any actions will come of it. Do you think he'll get Ray? Fired?
I think. I mean, I would hope. Shuli gets rid of him. I think both of these guys aren't working well together. Somebody's got to make the stand.
Yeah, I think they're going to.
I think, some of the things he's saying are they're fireable offenses.
But you're saying, are they fucking? I was like, what?
No. I mean, they're fireable. I
hope not.
I mean, that'd be even cooler. Imagine they're really fucking. That would be hilarious.
I mean, I guess if we had to put a bow on this present, it's the fact that Ray accused Shuli of not being funny.
Yeah. And again, Ray's still going to be in this world. He's on it. He'll be, if anything, it's going to make him look more visible to Kevin Brennan. That's going to make Kevin so much happier. And then to have him and Bob on there to get those guys to argue, and Shuli will watch whatever show he does. I just think if Ray's going to do a show on Shuli's network, then shut up. That's my point. If you want the shirts taken down, then make a stand.
Yeah. And the other thing, I don't think
I love
so
this
Ray. Yeah. But I want Ray to fight back, but he's fighting back. Like he's going off on Melton. Melton is like, I mean, Melton lives to take people apart. And like, Ray, what are you doing? Why would you poke that bear?
And he's going to get beat up on whatever Shuli shows he does. That's all. Like, whatever those, rock, whatever they are, the
that's
BS,
inevitable.
The Rico.
That's going to happen no matter what.
So that's going to happen no matter what. And it'll be 3 against 1. I forgot Mike's there. And it'll be all those guys ganging up on him.
Shuli's, I mean, Melton is really the one.
I think Melton's the one to worry about. Yeah.
And that really gets to Ray. And he's the guy in charge of his merch shop, and Ray's like, he's fat, he's not funny, he's not a comedian. How can you say that Melton's not funny? Do you watch that? I guess you guys don't watch the show. It's funny.
Really.
The cut of the jib for $1.99. No, I will not touch you there for $5. All right, Barrister 1401, $5. Ray's lack of self-awareness rivals Stuttering John. Spears' lack of funny ability to form a complete sentence also rivals Stuttering John.
Ouch. I think you could replace that with Obnoxious John sometimes. Also.
I'm just bothered. Barrister had that second funny in there. I think that's a typo. Can you give $5 and correct that? All right. Ray should just trust his instincts. Rabbi making an admission. I don't know.
Oh.
Ray could be a decent opener. He's deep fried mayonnaise. That's funny. If you think Ray Tart is offensive, you shouldn't be involved with Shuli or MLC. He's offensively simple. Yeah, that's kind of, what are you doing?
It's amazing, these older people that don't understand technology, and then to finally start getting the hang of it. And then then again, with our world and our universe, he's been around long enough to get the gist of what's going on, and he still just doesn't get it.
It's that allure of the New York comic, though. That's the thing that's scaring him.
A traditional mainstream comedian.
Well, just that, like, listen, who he hangs out with in New York, or like they're the ones that are giving him a hard time. I'm sure they're just as much in his ear. Also, he just wants it taken down. Just don't do it. And in this world, by saying I don't want that, that's what fuels this world.
The whole internet. Shmuel Buckman, if Shuli stops talking about Ray, he's got no audience.
That's not exactly true, but
I think it might be an overstatement. But anyway, I got nothing else. I just
That
wanted
is
to chat with Ray.
that is a lot of their content, but I love it. I'm loving all of this happening. I'm loving them putting up the t-shirts. I'm loving Ray getting pissed, trying to kind of quit Shuli's network, but not really.
He is legitimately pissed.
I love all
the
this
action
content.
part of it.
It makes for great content.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
One more super chat.
Oh, sorry. Barrister 421 $5. Speaking of not technically illegal, age of consent is in most states is 16. I don't know if I was aware of that. Shuli had a meet and greet once, and 4 people and a suck showed up. I think that's a duck. A duck showed up. True story. There are pics. Yeah, Shuli's anonymous, right? Neat fact.
Yeah, I was trying to say that I think they're going to end up working it out, because if Ray was going to quit, he would have just quit. I don't think he wants to. I think part of him wants to just because he's frustrated today that Shuli's not answering his calls, but I think Shuli will end up calling him. They'll work it out. Everything will be okay.
Or I don't know.
I think Shuli will wait till Monday. He'll send him a link.
Yeah, that would make for good radio.
But Ray won't see it because he'll be asleep.
Right. Yeah, it'll be a comedy of errors. Yeah, or maybe Shuli's had enough. There is a part of me that thinks maybe Shuli is kind of sick of the whole thing. They got the Bobby Fran, Chris Abel show in there. Maybe,
Also, he said
maybe it's not worth the money and the effort at this point.
If he texted him 5 times, I would probably say that's probably 8 to 10 times. You know what I mean? Like, he probably did it a few more times than he's saying on the radio.
All right, I got nothing else. I'm boring myself at this point. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Fun, man. This was a great show.
I give it a C.
No, are you kidding me? Ray like hulking up, like not taking crap anymore, and not
being able to find a camera for a StreamYard.
Telling the world he doesn't like Shuli. Like, I don't like Shuli. Like, to come out and Ray to say that's crazy.
The only other comedian he said he didn't like was Dane Cook.
He insulted Kevin Brennan.
Well, he's retired.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.